How is the festival funded? Are you
Uh,
are you accepting grant
we're
money
being
or?
produced by Plays and Players, so
Okay.
they invited us for a 3-night run,
Uh-huh.
and they gave us the space and and a little bit to put it up. In addition, we are funded by a Kickstarter campaign that just finished. I'm thrilled to say, which just finished last week, and we raised just over $5,000 for the festival from friends and supporters of the festival.
Were there any Republican groups that were interested in your festival or conservative causes that were
A lot
interested?
of a couple of groups, like local leaders and local groups, passed our email around, but we weren't supported by any group, only individuals.
Okay. And it's interesting. Was it just the play that got you interested in this? Because I know that there has been. I was part of the blogosphere back in 2003, and some people started to ask back then where were the Republican plays?
Yeah.
Where were the conservative plays? And every now and then I would hear mumblings about that. Where do you think? Why do you think theater is perceived as being more liberal? Why do you think that is?
Well, I think it absolutely is. I mean, I
Uh-huh.
think that most people who have liberal viewpoints will feel comfortable with the content of most plays that they'll see, and
Right.
and I think that there's a little bit of patting ourselves on the back. Theater people say, "Oh, this is a revolutionary art form. We really push buttons. We push boundaries with this art form." But for at least the last 50 years, boundary pushing has been pushing left. One of our playwrights, I don't know if you saw the video, he had this sort of wonderful quote where he said, "You could have a stage full of naked people screaming curse words and no one
Yeah.
would care.
Yeah.
But if you say we're going to have some plays that promote conservative values," everyone starts freaking out, and they have started freaking out. So it's almost the most revolutionary thing you could do.
Right. Interesting. Do you I know some people back then had said maybe the musicals, since they made money and I guess weren't offensive or, were perceived as being middle of the road, were conservative somehow. That never made much sense to me,
That's
but I thought that was interesting.
Well, I mean, if anything, I guess sort of musicals are closer to the American dream, special individual who fights obstacles and uses self-reliance and personal responsibility to overcome obstacles and triumph. It's kind of a conservative narrative, but I don't know. The musicals we see now.
Do you think that's a conservative narrative, though? Because, I mean, that's kind of like literature, the individual overcoming obstacles. I think that's kind of
Yeah,
interesting.
I guess that's true. I mean, I think when I'm talking with the conservative writers now, that's what they see as the conservative story, relying on oneself to overcome obstacles and triumph.